Hello, I am Test Drive, and welcome to episode 52 of Project Gotham Racing 2. There's a lot of twos. We are going to be doing some more stuff. We have a street race, overtake, time run, and a hot lap to do all at Stockholm. So, we're going to be buying a car. And the, this, NSX, yeah. I was going to say the streak of strange-sounding cars will continue on with this car. If you remember the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 7 that I drove many episodes ago, had a very interesting engine note to it, and you're going to see, unless you already noticed, that is very green. I'm going to use that color. Unless you noticed from me racing against this car in other races previously, it has a very interesting engine note, and I'm going to show you it firsthand because I can do that. Once we load, and actually it's already loaded. I could just hit A and skip that, but what a strange sounding car this is. Pretty sure me and the other NSX are like literally just completely on sync with our shifts right there. Well, the one other NSX out of two. VX220. How are you in first? What the fuck? That's not how this goes. That's not how any of this works. But yeah, I don't think at least the NSX I drove IRL did not sound like this. Very intriguing sound it makes. Apparently also pops. Real NSX might do that. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think so though. Not without some modifications to the exhaust. Oh god. Because they're actually pretty reserved cars whenever you keep them completely stock. Like the one I drove at least was completely stock. I got one whole kudo for a good line. Good job. I fucking did it. Oh god. Slippery. Why do I keep forgetting? Why do I keep forgetting to like look up how to move things around on Streamlabs OBS instead of having to look to the far side of my other monitor to see the chat? Son of a bitch. I would own an NSX. I really enjoyed driving the one that I drove. It was I think it was a 91? It was the first year of the NSX, at least in the US. And it was just, you know, the stuff that people say about them is definitely real. The shifter is great. They're very composed feeling. They're not super crazy. Like you could easily daily drive an NSX as if you want to, you know, do that. But I would be afraid of, you know, somebody rear-ending me in rush hour traffic. So, nah. Can't say an NSX would go to daily driver duty for me. Oh yeah, I forgot they also put a, for the second series of NSX, they put a 6-speed in them. All the earlier ones up until like 02 or whatever, 01, 02, had 5 speeds. But yeah, they're great cars. Would definitely recommend if you have the money and you're thinking about one. Say definitely drive one though first. Make sure that, you know, you like the way you fit in and stuff. Because they are a fairly small interior car. There's not a whole lot of space in there. Not as bad as other cars, but still not fantastic. It's not like it's Miata. Although I fit in Miatas, not, well, at least I fit in one single NA Miata perfectly fine. I still want an NB Miata. I need to think about my money though before I get one of those. And I need to think about the fact that I have 4 cars at the moment. I officially have 4 cars because I actually got my Intrepid all legal and everything today. So I can drive it whenever, except for I have to change the oil in it as soon as possible. So save, replay. But after that, I'll be able to drive it whenever I want to. Although I'm gonna try not to go too crazy with the mileage on it, because I have no reason to. It's not like it's a reliable car or anything, and I mean, I just don't want to destroy it. So, yellow, sure, why not? What the? That grape did not go down like I was expecting it to. Drink. And I have to figure out what I want to do with my LS400 too, because that's going to cost. Well, the Toyota dealer quoted me $900 to fix the rear wheel bearing on my LS400. So that's going to be a hefty bill whenever I eventually get around to taking it up to the dealership, which will probably be where I take it, because just the fact that they can do it is fantastic. Because I know there's a lot of shops that wouldn't want to mess with a rear wheel bearing on a 25-year-old Lexus. Excuse me, coming through. Balls. Past 5 cars. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my Lexus. I mean, I guess I'll definitely probably go back to daily driving it once I get it fixed, because I just don't really need to keep putting miles on the Ram. Especially all things considered, it's very rusty underneath. Well, not like it's not rusty on the frame. Like there's no holes rusted in the frame or in like the bottom of the body. Those are in fine condition. But it's everything that's attached to the frame that's really fucking rusty. All the brake-related things that are metal. The gas tank straps. And also the bolts to remove the gas tank straps. Which is what our problem is right now. Because I don't believe it'll pass inspection with a ratchet strap holding in the gas tank like it is now. Yeah. That's our current project. That's why it's in the garage actually behind me. Of course you can't see it though, because there's a window back there, but there's a very bright light right in front of the window that's kind of stopping you from being able to see in there. I also cleaned out the interior of that thing today. Really, well, not really thoroughly. Like I'd have to go through with like carpet cleaner and stuff to get it really, really, really clean. But it's really good compared to what it was, at least. Like, that truck actually has a shockingly nice interior in it. Other than the common problems, you know, the headliner's falling down a little bit here and there. And the dash is cracked, of course, because it's a 96 Dodge Ram. It's actually really nice inside. The seats are in good condition. The front of the dash is in great condition. It's just the top that's cracked up. Red. And, you know, nothing's like destroyed on it really. All the gauges work. Steering wheel's not too great off. It's got some chunks missing out of the leather, and by chunks I mean like there's entire hole or spots where there's just no leather on the steering wheel anymore. Because those, I mean, there were some parts of those trucks that they did really right, and some parts that they did not do very incredibly well. Interior quality is a mixed bag, because like I said, the seats are super comfortable, and they'll actually last quite a while. The cloth seats actually, they're not known for getting too bad with rips and tears and everything, unless you really try to do it. But those, like, the seats are fine, the carpet will usually be fine, but the headliner and the cracking dashes are a bit of an issue. But they're reliable. The engine and transmissions are somewhat reliable. At least transmission-wise. Automatics are questionable. But there's, you know, there's automatic I've seen automatic Rams out there with 200 and whatever thousand miles. You may have to get a transmission rebuild every now and then, but it's alright. But if it's like mine, it has a 5-speed, the powertrain is pretty much rock solid. But there's other little things that are somewhat of a problem. too, but whatever. It's what I do. I buy old, crappy cars and just drive the shit out of them. That's pretty much my life. $54 grand? That's not too bad. Although I think if I had 54 grand, I don't think I would spend it on an NSX. But, you know, it's whatever. I'm sure there's probably a few for sale in St. Louis somewhere. There usually are. There was one actually that was like super low mileage, like under 10,000 I think, at a local Honda dealer or an Acura dealer, which would make more sense because it's an Acura NSX, for like 80, 90 grand or something. And I'm pretty sure it's still there because nobody wants to pay that much money for a 20-something-year-old Acura. Because it was also like a 90 or 91, I'm pretty sure. Well, 91 or 92, somewhere around there. What you do is you find one with high miles because they're Honda and they're literally a 3.5 liter V6 with a 5-speed manual transaxle. You know, it's not like any other Hondas had that Accord. But they're not hard to find parts for. So if you find one with higher miles that's like cheaper, it's not too bad of an idea to go for it. Like I know that's what Hoovy did, because this had, I don't think he's had that many. It was like 100 and, it was a little over 100 I think. But it was high for an NSX at least. But he got it for like 20 something grand I think, 20, 30. Not too bad at all. 80 grand with 9,800 miles. I think also, no, maybe the one near me actually is a new one like this. I can't remember. I need to look it up. I'm pretty sure it's still for sale though. It's like at Franklita, Honda, or whatever, Acura. Oh god. Franklita. I swear to god, I'm gonna go crazy if they keep playing that fucking commercial on the radio. I can't take the fake New York accent of that bitch. It drives me insane. And I've heard it's global, not global, but like all across the U.S. too, just for different dealerships. I literally turn down the radio every time that commercial comes on. Any of them, because there's a couple of them. Like, I'm sure if I went up to somebody that I knew from St. Louis, like, you know, on something online, and I started saying that shit, they would probably smack me. Well, figuratively, I guess. Ooh, got 15 more kudos tokens. Nice. That's good, because I just spent 13 on this car. That's also good, because I spent 13, not 15. So, haha. How many do I have now? 51. Not too shabby. Yeah, let's go for white. White is a common NSXR color. White is a common anything Honda R color, like Type R. Civics, Integras, NSX. Like, sure, they did come in different colors, but it seems like most of the ones you see are in white. Oh, look at those taillights, because that's very, very accurate to the taillights of an actual NSX. I actually don't even think those are functional as lights on a real NSX. I think those are reflectors. It's possible. I don't actually know off the top of my head. Because yeah, the turn signals are of course underneath them. I mean, the actual taillights are the brake lights. So I don't know. There's one thing I love about the NSX, it's the rear end design. It's so good. I love the long brake light, like the continuous brake light red thing. And also just the simplicity of it. It's wide, it's low, it's got the spoiler hole. If you take out the spoiler, it looks really weird. Which is why I think on Forza, I think there might be certain Forzas or certain cars or certain NSXs on Forza where if you put a different wing on it, it'll either some of them they put them on, or they just take out the stock spoiler and just put it, you know, straight up on the trunk, and then others they just put it straight the fuck on top of the factory spoiler. I can't remember which is which, or like specifically like where or what, you know, what game has it, but yeah. 183,000 miles and they're selling for 60 grand. Yeah, that's a little high, I'm not gonna lie. That's maybe a $25,000-$30,000 car. Because like I said, it is, you know, a pretty simple, straightforward powertrain in a Honda, but like every car needs maintenance. I hope I make this. It's probably, I mean, I've got 20 seconds. I should make it. Finish line's like right up there. Kind of smacked the wall pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. 114, it's up 42. Not too bad. Like I said, the Tyler's might have been somewhere on there. Mr. Hoovy. I actually don't specifically know. But there we go. There is that done. Next we have a one-on-one to do. And I will see you all in the next episode to do that. That was a weird way to end the video, but it sure is the way I did it.